I think ECOWAS spoke too quickly. The AU is there and has been more circumspect in the way it's looking and dealing with the matter. But I can understand why ECOWAS behaved the way it did, because the coup poses an existential threat to the current democratically elected leaders, in ECOWAS. Some of them feel if that succeeds, they might be next. I don't know, there's an infographic I sent. I don't know if it's ready yet. I would have liked to just explain something to us, something to do. If you look across Africa right now, when it comes, I'll speak to it, but if you look at the continent right now, it's been divided effectively into two by what? Military, if you like, military hunters across the continent. From what you call it now, Guinea, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, Chad, and Sudan. That's it.
Yes.
If you see the red, the red that you see there, these are all military regimes. Africa has been divided into two. You think it's an accident? Something is going on. What is happening here is that Africa has become the battlefield of the world powers right now. And because Africa remains the richest resource ground for the world economy, everybody is fighting for the heart and soul of the continent. Like what's happening in Niger right now. The EU have said they have enough uranium to last for a little while, but when that runs out, some industries are going to collapse in those places. Okay? So what is happening basically is Russia, I find this very interesting, whereas what is happening, they're good chess players, and so they are masters at this game. We're looking at the war in Ukraine. That when Wagner, it was as if they were rebelling against Putin, and they suddenly wondered, so what happened? We got fooled. They wanted to use that to enter somewhere, and they did. Don't be fooled. The Russians know the game that they are playing, except that the way they are playing is in consultation with the rest of Africa. Remember, they wiped out debts of how many billions? I can't even remember the figure. Is it $23 billion?
Let's look up those numbers now. But
yeah,
I did
please,
hear
just so that I don't give the wrong figures. But billions of dollars wiped away. So they're not just talking, they're walking the talk. Okay? Along with China, you can see what they're doing. What has been happening is the Western powers we've respected all this while, all well and good, they're great and all that, but they have been, exploitative in their relationship with Africa. There has been no respect for Africans, and for the first time, Africans are beginning to deal with people who show them a little bit of respect, although they may also be exploiting, but the relationship is more like we sit on the table together, not like a master and a servant. Now, the West does not like this, but Russia and China, who are great allies, whether we see it or not, China may be talking with US and all that, but the truth is, the alliance with Russia still remains the same. The communism that kept them together is that same thread that keeps them till tomorrow. Now, so what you see is a situation where it is NATO on the one hand versus Russia and China. China is just in the background, but they're there just giving all the necessary backup. So what Russia is doing right now is backing up, this military to take over. You remember, and what we need to be careful about again, you see, Wagner came into some of these countries, and people thought, when the West were pushing, they were sponsoring terrorism. From what I said to you earlier on, what happened what the army were saying in Niger, that their own president was telling them not to go after the terrorists. Who does that? It therefore tells you that the West know what they're doing. They're promoting some of these people. I remember what Museveni said. I saw the video, so it's not like a second-hand story, where he talked about 6 African presidents. He didn't go, but he sent one of his ministers. They were going to Libya to broker peace, and they got a call from NATO saying what? Go back to where you're coming from. 6 presidents of independent African countries, and you are ordering them back. Who does that? And where is Libya today? So you can see that the things that have been happening have not really been in our best interest. You know, for so long, the West has done what it has done, but a few more people are getting wiser. And let me tell you how they recruit some of their people as well. Some of these people, whether from the side of the West or Russia and the rest, when we send our military to go for training, whether it's in Sandoz, it's in Russia, or wherever, these guys get indoctrinated. For your information, there are black Wagners now. When they come, you won't see the white man. You didn't see them in Niger. These are black Wagners, and there are many more. And so we have to be very careful as we jump into this war. I would think that a non-kinetic method is better. Let's dialogue. If you go militarily, the continent will be scattered. And as you can see from that belt there, it will just be them coming in one full force. ECOWAS is, which was your original question, is depleted right now. So there's no unity in ECOWAS anymore. And we are blocking Niger, our source of water for River Niger.
Hello and welcome to the channel. Hundreds of people backing last week's removal of Niger's democratically elected president, Mohamed Bazoum, by his presidential guard have gathered for a mass rally in the capital, Niamey, with some brandishing giant Russian flags. The demonstrators converged at Independence Square in the heart of the city on Thursday, following a call by a coalition of civil society associations on a day marking the 63rd anniversary of the country's independence from France. Isiaka Hamadou, one of the demonstrators, said that it was only security that interests us, irrespective of whether it came from Russia, China, Turkey, if they want to help us. We just don't want the French, who have been looting us since 1960. They've been there ever since and nothing has changed, he said. Another of the demonstrators in Niamey held a placard that said, "Long live Niger, Russia, Mali, and Burkina. Down with France, ECOWAS, EU." France has some 1,500 troops in Niger fighting armed groups in the Sahel. The coup has triggered sanctions by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, and condemnation from the African Union, United Nations, and Western countries. That's the news, guys. Thanks for listening. Until next time, bye.